In a dark world, remember to be the light. Welcome to Black Swan Revelations. Here is your host, the Black Swan himself, Shane.
All right. Welcome to Black Swan. This is overtime. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the questions perhaps that were asked on Uptime Community Church. I'm actually just watching it still on my TV right now. So there's Bob Barber, John Foytier, and Michael Poles on there right now. One of the questions is, do you think that people are truly saved if they want the rapture to come in their lifetime, if they don't want the rapture to come in their lifetime? So that's a good question. I've heard both sides. I've heard both sides where people that don't believe in the rapture are going to get left behind, and people that do. Like, it starts to get a little confusing, right? So here's the way I look at it. We have to be prepared every single day. We just have to be prepared. What do I mean by being prepared? You have to know who you are in Christ. You have to know your identity in Christ. Once you grasp that, once you get a handle of that, you're no longer worried about when Christ is coming. He can come tonight, he can come tomorrow, he can come 10 years from now. That is not your concern anymore. And again, until you grasp this, you're going to be wrestling with this stuff every single night. You're like, oh man, did I do enough today? Did I do this and whatever? What about tomorrow? You know, what about my house? What about my bills? What about my dog? What about, like, it'll drive you crazy after a while. But you have to know that it's on the Lord's timing. It's on the Lord's timing. And the biggest thing is, we don't wrestle with this stuff when we're talking about our deathbed. We don't go, oh, I wonder, am I going to die tomorrow? Am I going to die tomorrow? Is it going to be tonight? Could I maybe go downstairs and die? Can I trip and fall? Could I slip in the bathtub? Could I get in a car accident? Like, we don't do that. If you do, you're kind of cray-cray. But we do that with the rapture, and we're like, oh man, I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here today. I wish that day, I wish the day of the Lord were here. And we're highly, hear me out, we're highly discouraged about wishing for that day to come. Why is that? Well, because that is the worst day in history for all of mankind. And you don't want to be that guy that's like, I just wish God would just smoke my neighbors. I wish he would just take out, my cousin Billy, because my cousin Billy owes me $5. I wish that day were here today, because that's pretty much what you're saying when you're like, I wish the rapture were here today. And I get it from a humanistic perspective. People are they have aches and pains in their bodies and all this kind of stuff, and they're like, I just want out of here. I just want out of here. But you have to temper that. You have to temper that, because imagine being in eternity tomorrow, and you've had all week to read the Bible. You don't even pick up the Bible. You don't even pick it up to read it. You don't care. You're just like, yeah, I just want to be out of here. I just want to be out of here. But you're not witnessing to anyone. You're not leading anyone to the Lord. You're not going to church. You're not edifying the church. You're not going to Bible studies. You're just kind of sitting and waiting. It's almost like you're taking something precious that you found and you buried it, you stuffed it in the ground, and then you show up to the Lord and you're like, look what I did. I buried one of my talents. You should be so proud of me. And I can tell you, he won't be proud of you. He won't be proud of you, because all you thought about was exiting stage right. And I'm telling you, it's frowned upon to be wishing that day of the Lord was here, because again, it's going to be a horrible time. You don't wish that on your worst enemy. You leave that up to the Lord. And I'm trying to exercise wisdom when I say this, because there are so many people that are like, I can't wait to go home. I hate it here. be careful what you say. That just tells me you can't control your thoughts. You can't control your tongue. And you just have to temper that a little bit. You got to temper it a little bit because maybe, perhaps, God wants you here another 24 hours. Another 24 hours. So, how's everyone doing? They're still going strong on that. So, let me see if I can find another question on here. I'm just going to rewind this here. Let's see here. There's another one that was a good one. I really like the one about Elisha. That's kind of interesting. Like when we're talking about timing now, let's think about this for a little bit. Let's just walk through this. I'll just fast forward this here right to the end just so I can see when they're done. Where was I going? It's almost like I can't multitask. I'm watching them on uptime and then trying to talk to you guys. But let's just think about this for a second. We're talking about the idea of timing of the rapture, and will we know? Will we know? Well, it's interesting that Abraham perhaps was onto something as well, because when the three angels appeared, you could argue this is a Christophany, where basically you have Christ, you have two other angels, which could be two witnesses, because the Lord said, shall we tell Abraham what we are going to do? And he said that the cry has come up to me and from Sodom and Gomorrah, and I'm actually going to go over there and I'm going to know if this cry is true. And so two of them left. And if that doesn't speak Trinity, I don't know what does, because the Lord stayed with Abraham while he went to Sodom and Gomorrah. And how do we know this? Well, fire rained down from the Lord. The Lord called down fire from the Lord. So there's your Trinity right there in the Old Testament. So God suggested to Abraham, saying, I'm not going to destroy this place for 50, because Abraham asked him the question. He says, are you going to do this thing? Like, are you going to destroy the righteous with the wicked? And so many people skip over that and they just go, well, in the book of Revelation, we just smash everybody together. Doesn't matter if you're righteous or wicked, you just get smashed. So you don't see that in the Old Testament, and specifically, talking about specifically when you're doing a separation of the righteous from the wicked. Instead, you see these two angels, pulling Lot out of the house. And before he did that, he says, is there anyone else here? Do you have sons-in-law, sons, daughters? What do you have, or anything else in this town? Do you have anything? We don't know how long this took, but if you think about it for a second and you just logically try and put this stuff together, the angels showed up at sundown. How do we know this? Because no one was out there to gather them into their house. It was quiet, except for Lot saw them, brought them into their house, because that was the custom back then. And then we see the angel rushing Lot, saying, look, like, we got to get you out of here. We got to get you to safety first, because we can't destroy this place until you guys are a safe distance away. And it sure, the way it was written, it sure looks like the sun was about to rise. So let's just say loosely 6 hours, midnight till 6 o'clock in the morning. If it's summertime or whatever, longer hours. Maybe the sun set a little bit later. Maybe the sun sets a little bit earlier at 4 o'clock in the morning. Don't know. The point is, there was enough time for Lot to talk to whoever was in his immediate vicinity of Sodom and Gomorrah to say, look, something's going to go down pretty quick here, and we should go. And he spoke to his sons-in-law, and they thought he was kidding. So if you have ever been around someone where they are so end time minded, they're like the rapture, man, any day, any day, any day. It will get to a point where you're going to start thinking, are these guys joking? Are you kidding? Is it today? Because you just said that yesterday, the day before, the day before that the rapture is coming, and it's not here. Go away. You're basically crying wolf. And I think this was the case here because I could see righteous Lot speaking out to his sons-in-law saying, what you guys are doing or wherever you go at night, it's not cool. It's not cool. One day you're going to be judged. One day this city is going to be a pile of ash. We don't know. But to them, they thought it was like so redundant. Like, this guy just never lets us go about this stuff. Give it a rest, Lot. You got to be kidding me. They thought he was joking until he wasn't. So that was probably one of the greatest Black Swan events of Lot's day. So then he was dragged out of town by the two angels. One angel grabbed his two daughters. One angel grabbed Lot and grabbed his wife. And as they were leaving, his wife looked back, most likely to me, thinking about the idea, the possibility that perhaps she might have left her best luggage. Don't know what she was thinking. Maybe she just got a new necklace from the market during the day. Don't know. Maybe they got a new couch, some new furniture. Don't know. Maybe a package came in from Amazon. All we know is she looked back, became a pile of ash, and that was it. But Lot was safe. In fact, he actually requested to go to Zor, and the angel said, I can't do anything until you're safe. Wrestle with that one tonight when you go to bed, that God does not do anything until you're safe. So what does that mean? Well, if we're talking about the rapture, all of a sudden we're talking about the idea that we are safely removed so that God can pronounce his judgment on the wicked, all those that have rejected Christ during their lifetime. And it's not so much a matter of wanting to go or not wanting to go. It's the fact that it's going to catch a lot of people by surprise. And if you're busy working for Christ, feeding the poor, healing the sick, praying for those that are downcast, it wouldn't surprise me if you got raptured as well, even if they're not thinking about the rapture. So I think that there's a little bit of a misconception that somebody, if you're not thinking about the rapture all the time, then you're not going. And I think you have to be cognizant that perhaps that could lead you down a bunny trail that you may not be able to comfortably wiggle your way out of, because you're constantly thinking it's any time, and then you're not going to work, and you're not going to be good to anyone, you're not going to pay your bills on time, all kinds of stuff. So we want to shy away from that as much as we can and focus on really learning and studying the word, so that when we do transition from this world to the next, we're ready to go, because all we've been doing is consuming the word, and we're right there, versus the alternative, not reading the word at all and just kind of just scraping in. And you're like, man, this is overwhelming. This is all new to me. I wish I had read my Bible in the last couple of years. I wish I had done it. So it's kind of interesting that Lot, and again, righteous Lot, was mentioned in the book of Hebrews. So we have to keep that in mind. So then when you get to Noah, and God appeared to Noah as well and said, build me an ark. And I can't imagine what Noah was thinking. Perhaps he might have thought, was it something I ate? Because I had the weirdest dream last night, honey. You won't believe it. I had a dream that I was building this big, massive boat, and all these animals were coming to the ark from all over the globe, all over the world. And it's kind of interesting that there was a movie called, I think it was called Noah, with what's his name? Oh, what's the guy's name? I can't remember the guy's name, but anyways, it was such a weird movie. It was such a bizarre show. It had nothing to do with Noah's family, because basically, when they got onto the boat, he had 3 sons, and I think he had just Noah's wife was pregnant at the time. So, like, it was just bizarre world. And then a couple of people stowed away actually got onto the ark, and there was a big battle and all kinds of stuff, and it just got really weird all of a sudden. But my point is, with regards to Noah, that he knew ahead of time. He knew, most likely, I think this makes the most logical sense, that he had 120 years to build the ark. Now, did he have help? Did he have help like the movie from Fallen Angels and all this kind of crazy stuff to Transformers and whatever? Don't know. Don't know. But could he have had angelic help? Maybe. Maybe it's possible. Because that was a big task, but most likely he probably had his sons. Maybe someone else could have helped, because imagine employing people that don't believe in the same thing that you believe. Is that possible in the world, that you can actually be employed or employ people that don't believe the same thing as you? Maybe they're from another faith. So that could be possible as well with Noah, that they didn't necessarily believe in the project, but they needed to get some moolah, some money, and be able to work for a living. And then maybe as it got closer, they're like, yeah, you know what, this guy's kind of weird now. It's been a generation, and we're tired of working on this project. Let's just go on to something else. Who knows what it is? I got to get married, whatever. And then Noah, obviously his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives went into the ark. 8 people, tells us 8 people. So I don't know why you would make a movie and not show 8 people. It's mind-boggling how directors get movies wrong when it comes to the Bible. They just add all kinds of interpretations, and then they make it all weird so that you don't want to dig into the flood and all this kind of stuff. They make it all weird. So, yeah, so basically he knew. So Lot knew, Noah knew, Elijah knew, because Elisha was being hounded by some of the local prophets saying, did you know, did you know, did you know, did you know your master's going today or going sometime? And he's like, I know it. Stop talking about this stuff. And then on the very day, they're like, do you not know that he's leaving today? So they knew that he was actually leaving to heaven. To heaven. Now, some people argue and say he's not in heaven. He's somewhere else. But you just got to ask yourself, again, try and be logical. Where did the chariot of fire came from? Was it earth or was it heaven? Okay, so what was the purpose of the chariot? To take Elijah to heaven. So what kind of a chariot? Don't know. Could have been some kind of a spaceship. Not sure. Could it have had something where it was encapsulated, like a mini firmament around Elijah in this chariot? We do know there are horses on fire as well. And then he got carried up to heaven, and he left his mantle behind. And the men actually began bugging Elisha, saying, let's go. We have 50 strong men here. Let's go and let's go look for him, because perhaps that chariot might have dropped him off somewhere. And maybe that could kind of suggest that perhaps it was an open chariot, an open vessel that he could have fallen off, because it almost looks like they kind of saw it. Something was going on. So that's interesting too. We don't have proof that they saw, but they immediately came up to Elisha and said, hey, can we go look for him on your behalf? Perhaps he got dropped off in the forest somewhere, or perhaps he got dropped off into the mountains, and we got 50 able bodies, strong men, and let's go look for them. So they did. When they came back, I don't know how many days, maybe it was 3 days or something. They basically had bugged Elisha to the point that he was shamed. What does that mean? Well, you get bugged so much you get embarrassed. That's what happened to Elisha. He's like, don't do it. Don't go look like he's up here. He's up in heaven. So don't do it. Don't. Okay, go. Fine, go. Get out of here. Beat it. Get lost. And they did it. And they came back and they said, we didn't find him. And Elisha says, well, didn't I tell you? Didn't I say not to go? But you guys didn't listen to me. So that's another example of someone knowing before they went to heaven. And then the question is, did Enoch know? Don't know. That's a difficult one. Not sure. Just seems like he pleased God and was translated so that he would not see death, which is kind of interesting in itself, but I'm unaware that anyone was actually watching Enoch as he too was translated to heaven. Now, there's a Jewish fable, mythology, folklore that Enoch was actually carried into Eden, and then he is writing down everything that's happening during history so that he could read it out loud somewhere in the future. And this is folklore, and I think this could be from the book of Enoch itself, I believe, is where they get this from. Anyways, it's kind of interesting, right? Interesting. What else is there? I think that's pretty much all. Otherwise, there's a few instances in the Old Testament where God has actually told people that they are going to die and make sure that everything is taken care of. And then sometimes he extends their life by 10, 15 years. So that's kind of interesting. All right, so let's see what else here. Let's see what's going on here. Let me see. I'm going to put my show up on the TV so I can read the comments on my show. Hope you guys are enjoying this so far. It's kind of fun to just kind of go through the questions and see what people are thinking about after watching Uptime. I think it's important to dive deep into these questions. I think I got it. I think I got the show. I think I got it. I got it. I have some comments. I think my mom commented that she enjoyed my commentary on Matthew, and that's going to be a continuing series. I'm going to be diving in a little bit over the next couple of weeks leading up to Christmas. I want to be able to go through Matthew. Actually, is that it? Oh yeah, it is. I was like trying to find it, and here it is live right here. So, okay, so comments to some are representative of a chariot of fire. Possible. Please pray for my hypothyroidism and my finances. For sure, Matthew. We will do that. I will do that for sure. Thank you for that. I know there are some people that have ailments as well on here that are watching the show. Perhaps they're in a hospital. They can't get out. They're not feeling so good or whatever. We will be praying for you as well. Maybe perhaps to wrap up the show, I will do that. Let's see here. Let's see. Just working my way back up to the top here. Let's see. Hey, Pam. How's it going? Bob Barber. Uptime is still going. I'm waiting here too. I think this is Bob Barber from Ontario. Different Bob Barber. It's like two Bob Barbers here. And I'm pretty sure, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure I sent everyone a link. So I don't know, maybe they had a late night. Don't know if anyone's coming on here tonight. I did send out a message. Let me just make sure, because sometimes they don't go through. Let's see here. Hey, what? I didn't send? I thought I did. Give me 1 second. Oh, yeah, I did. I did. I thought maybe I didn't send. Hey, how's it going?
Hi, can you hear me? I'm going to try to do this from my phone.
Yeah, perfect. I can hear you perfectly. Perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the show, sister. Oh, look at this. Ah, bonjour, mon ami.
Bonjour les Français, comment allez-vous ce soir?
How are you?
C'est l'overtime de Uptime avec Monsieur Shane et Mademoiselle Aimée.
That's right.
Thank you, merci beaucoup pour venir nous voir ce soir. Alors, le reste du show ce soir sera fait en français. The rest of the show will be meant to be in French. We thank you very much.
Yes, for sure. Awesome. I would love that. That's awesome. No, that's good. That's good. Okay, let's just practice 1 second. You say this in French, I'll say it in English, okay? You have to remember 3 things from the Bible when it comes to the gospel. You have to hear the gospel. You got to do it in French now.
Okay. Turn off my candle. Fed up. OK. Vous devez vous souvenir de 3 choses à propos de la Bible King James ou la Osterval in French. OK? En français.
Yes. You have to believe the Bible.
Vous devez écouter la Bible. Vous devez écouter aussi the gospel in French. It's which word it is?
Gospel.
L'évangile. Vous devez écouter l'évangile. Vous devez comprendre l'évangile.
And yes, the most important thing, you have to understand.
La chose la plus importante, vous devez comprendre l'évangile.
You have to comprehend.
Yes. See?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because
no, why? That's French. That means yes.
Yes.
Why?
No, it's we.
We.
No. What? What?
Yeah.
What?
What? Why? It's yes.
Yeah. What?
You do know that we're joking around with this, but seriously, you do know, I haven't checked your chat there, but there's a lot of French people from Montreal listening to you. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes, in Ontario. A lot of French people in Ontario, right? Lots of good people in there. French, English. We do have, because of you on my group in the morning, some people mock my French accent. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I should welcome them in French then. Bonjour, mon ami. Parlez-vous français?
Oui, je parle français. Bonsoir, mon ami. Mademoiselle Aimée.
Je
m'appelle Amy.
Je m'appelle Black Swan.
Yes. But in French, like we're friend, me and Shane, we're friend, I would use tu. Comment vas-tu, Shane? Right? It's more friendly.
Très bien.
But with your sister, by respect and everything, je dirais, I would say, comment allez-vous, Mademoiselle Aimée? That's the third person of respect, right? It's the thou in the King James.
Nice.
That's how it is.
That's
why I understand King James so easily, because it's the same thing in French. The thou, the thee, and though, those, all that stuff, we use it in French, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have the masculine, feminine.
Yes, too. Yes, yes.
Interesting.
Right.
Well, Amy
I could say in French, how you doing, Shane? Hey?
Amy is from the tribe of Naphtali. I think she speaks fluent Arabic.
Okay, all right.
No.
Vous ne parlez pas l'arabe?
No.
Oh,
I do not speak Arabic. He calls it a
You
raven.
understand? See, that's the thing when I come to Anglophone from Canada. Oh, I don't speak French. I don't speak French. Oh, no such thing for me to speak French. And then you start talking with the lady, and the way she answers some certain words without the accent, the English accent, makes me suspicious.
Yes.
Well, you know, I did take French all of
There
throughout
you
high
go.
school and French 30, but I can't speak it, but there's sometimes that I can put two and two together and
Yeah.
understand. So
Yeah.
if I was fully immersed in it, I bet you I would start remembering things a lot.
Well, I'm going to give you an easy thing to do, okay? Very easy. You probably watch CBC for news, okay? Canada Broadcast Canada.
No.
But you can if you want. Watch it in French, Radio Canada, and put the English subtitle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And you will pick it up real soon. And at one point, you change the subtitle for French. And then you'll be amazed. And it's going to talk about the politics of Canada, places that you know, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Do that. You will see. Try it once.
I'm going to try it.
You should do a Bible study in Francais.
You do that?
No, you.
Oh, yes.
And then
yes, I could. Yes.
If I did
So
it,
we start tomorrow and you will be my assistant.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, man. This is great.
Yeah, this is awesome. You fit right in here, John.
Your sign is, I'm a little bit HDB, whatever you call it.
OCD.
Yeah, fix it. Take your time. It has to be above your shoulder, just in the corner, and it has to point towards the camera. Okay? Take your time.
Why?
You're so suspicious.
What? Whoa.
Okay.
That's a little high.
Bring it towards you. No, towards you. Put the back leg behind the couch.
I have a cord. That's the problem.
Okay. Now trigger the on air towards the camera. Bring it towards us. The other way. Yes. Now the other way. Yes. Leave it there. It's perfect there. It has to be so. Bring yourself close to the cam where you sit usually. And now it's right above your shoulder. That's perfect. Yes, on air. Yes. I don't have the comments there open for the. Let me see here what they say. But people, if you hear us, comment the on-air sign, please.
There we go. We are now on the hair.
Yes, on air. On air.
We're on the hair.
Yes. Amen. Praise the Lord.
All right.
Yeah. Did you like my entrance there? We're now at the 51 state.
No, I did not like it. I did not like it at all. I'm going to run as the prime minister now, just because you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but hey, this is what it is. Time is moving on.
Yes, for sure. For sure. I don't know if we would ever be the 51st state, but I guess never say never. We have a lot of resources. The problem is if the USA decides one day that, hey, they have the largest open border, why don't we just march in there and just take whatever we want? We couldn't say anything.
Mines, fresh water, fuel.
Exactly.
You guys are full of the fuel sand over there and everything. There's so much stuff. Right now, it's expensive to pull it out. But if the U.S. comes in, man, you're going to turn your place into a New York City. It's going to be booming. You wouldn't believe.
We have so many resources. We have oil.
Just fresh water.
Gas, fresh water.
Yeah.
They need that. Americans don't use the washroom too much. I'm just saying. Oh, wait. Hang on one second. Whoa, hang on. We got an American here. Never mind. Hey, welcome.
Hi, Gary.
So how many electoral votes would Canada get?
That's a good question. Very good.
That's the question. How many electoral votes? It's a big area, but, Alaska's the biggest state before y'all. And they don't get much.
Yeah, that's true. 2 governors and 4 electorals.
Oh, there seems to be an echo.
I'm not on my headphones, but I just wanted to pop in and say howdy.
Howdy there.
Shane, why is your set being renovated? You doing a multi-million-dollar renovation on your set or something, or what?
It's huge. Huge. It's
Gonna
unbelievable.
be a
Like,
big deal, Gary.
this is all a virtual. This is a virtual set right now. This furniture, it's
What,
not.
you shunned to the basement, or did your wife leave you? What happened?
No, I just came from the office, man.
It's slipping on my couch.
Exactly. This is my
Take your
theater
camera
room.
with you.
I don't know if you can see this. This is my theater room, so I don't know if you can see. I got
Oh, okay.
and then there's the
Well, ain't
TV.
we something?
Oh, he's watching TV while he talks to
Yeah,
us.
exactly.
What a shame.
There we go.
Shane.
Bye-bye. Bless you.
Bye, Mr. Gary Gates.
See you later, Gary.
Bye.
Wow,
Amen.
he just jumped in there like a ghost all of a sudden. Just bam.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
here for a few minutes, but
Yeah.
You know
We're
what?
not
You know what,
going too long.
Shane? You
Yes.
know what your sign should say? Up
What's that?
air.
Up air. I like it. Well, a friend bought this for me. Thanks, Dean and Kathy, if you're watching this right now.
yes, that's from Timu, and there's a bunch of them, and you can have some custom made ones. Just to let you know, Miss Amy. So yes, indeed, you can go on Timu and you click on one that can be personalized, and you put whatever you want. I think they're $50.
I like
Oh, yeah.
it. It looks so nice, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Makes me
I
look
like it.
makes me look professional.
Yeah.
Is it better with the light off?
No, we don't see your face. Yeah, that's better like this because the sign in the back, it's kind of a part of the decor. It just
Yeah.
make it more professional. But although if you click us off, that light won't turn off. You have to turn it off yourself. But
Right.
it does give you a kind of a set thing there, and it's very nice in your furniture right now and everything. Yes.
Yeah, I like it. I feel more comfortable here. I gotta adjust it because I want to be able to get to a point where I could just sit back.
Oh, you can. You can.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
Can
you
you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
The mic should be a little bit closer. Maybe you should have a carry-on mic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I put my Oh, you can't see this,
Don't point me like this.
but right here, my camera's over here, and I'm trying to adjust it so it looks. How do you say in French? Au natural.
Naturel. Naturel.
So nice sweater, Sister Amy.
Yes,
Way to
the black
represent.
one.
The Black Swan.
On
I
a
have
black
to get
shirt.
me
The
one.
one and
I'm gonna
only.
get me one of those.
Yeah, you should. Mm-hmm.
I think I will. Now that it, I think then I can just walk around town and just say, "That's right, I am the Black Swan. I am
What
the
time
Black
is
Swan."
it right now, Shane, on your place?
It
9.
is. How do you say 9 p.m.?
9 heures.
No, that's good. It's
Yeah,
pretty
I
late.
thought-
It's midnight for you, right?
Oh, more than that. It's 38 minutes to 1. Sorry, 20 minutes to 1.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, it's
20
12:38.
minutes
right?
to.
Yeah, they're like 3.5 hours.
12:38.
3.5. There's half.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know
There
that
is
either.
places. There is Newfoundland, and there is some place where Brother Kevin goes in the south.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're half hour. We wake up half hour before everybody else in the world.
I actually
Now-
do have a wireless mic.
Now I'm gonna give you a trick that I
Okay.
don't give because I work for CRA, Canada Revenue Agency. We open at 8 o'clock in the morning, our
Oh.
time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it means, right? So if you have questions and everything,
Call at
You
5
can-
o'clock in the morning.
you
Our
can
time.
at 3 o'clock your time in the morning.
Wow.
You can wake up and call, and the line will open, and you will talk to an Anglophone. Yes.
Nice.
If you have questions, it's the best time. If you want to talk about your taxes, the programs, whatever, we open, and so does Service Canada. We have here. So we open for the Canada at 8 o'clock our time in the morning.
Nice.
That means 3:30. You can start.
I'm looking at the comments right now, and somebody commented, Darcy, how come Amy always has the merch first?
She's the creator.
Yeah.
She's the creator, I guess.
Well,
Right?
as soon as I opened up my store, she went on the store and bought. I think
Well,
she's
no,
the
because I
first
had the
person
mugs
to buy
first.
some.
I got the mugs made,
Yep.
and then I was using it, and then I finally shipped them to Shane.
Yes.
And I
So
got
he
one.
probably
Thank you so
remembers that I
much.
had the mug first as well. So that's
Yes.
funny.
Yep. Did
I'm
you buy a
using it
mug
in
as
my
well
cup.
from the store?
Huh?
Me?
Yeah, Amy, did you buy a mug from the store or no?
No, it was just the original mugs that we ordered.
I forgot to
had
ask
done.
Crystal for another dozen of these.
Yeah.
We should do another shipment out because I got to get Bob Barber another one because I think he kicked it on the ground when it showed up at his door. He was like kicking it and shaking it, even though it said
No,
fragile.
we received
all over.
stuff.
No, he said it was busted when he got it.
Yes.
Well, it wasn't busted
So-
when we put it in.
Mine was, I didn't know. Well, I think I knew, but I didn't remember. When I received mine and I saw your name and everything, I says, holy moly. So I did shake it. Uh-oh, nothing is wrong with it. And then there was cardboard, bubble wrap, and
Yeah.
we put some other whatever paper thing in it. Man, I could have kicked it and it would have never broke.
That's funny.
Yeah, I packaged them as
Was
best
well
as I
packed.
could without using boxes.
An egg in there, just
That's
one egg
impressive.
would have came here.
It's expensive to ship them out, though, right?
Yes.
I know.
Like I think it's almost better to ship out 4 than 1. It's actually better to ship out 4 mugs at a time, right?
I don't know.
No, they're just separate. They're
I
just-
mean,
it
like
doesn't
to
matter.
one person, like it would be better if someone
yeah,
bought
yeah.
4 mugs.
So are you
Right.
But it's
doing?
all- it's
Are
all
you
based
doing
on
your
weight,
Black
too.
Friday now? Like we buy 1 and we get 4?
No, you buy 2, you get 1.
Oh,
Special deal on the West
Okay.
Coast,
Mhm.
East Coast.
East Coast.
I'm on East
We're on the
Coast, not
West.
West
We're on the
Coast.
So-
West. We have good
Yeah,
deals.
do not offend me. You're in the middle.
Well, I'm pretty West.
You're an in between.
Winnipeg is middle in Ontario.
Yeah, you might be a bit west, but not that much. You can still smell center.
I can smell the ocean from here.
No, you can't.
Mm.
Okay, I can't. I can smell the mountains. I exaggerate. How do you say exaggeration?
See, you just said the word in French, exagéré. You're so suspicious, Shane. I so don't want to trust you anymore. You're
That's
becoming my personal black swan.
I'm learning French from you, brother. Every time you come on my show, I'm learning French.
Well, you're good. You're good. Makes me laugh when you have jokes on me. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
My dad is actually from Montreal, and
Oh,
my stepdad, and
Yeah.
my mom's actually watching right now. But he
Our
when him
mom.
and his brother get together, our mom, my apologies, Amy. We have 2 moms, which is kind of interesting.
okay.
How is our second mom doing, Amy?
Good. She's good.
Excellent. Tell her I said hi.
I will.
Amen.
So yeah, so guess what? We have a special guest all the way from Florida. You're not going to believe this guest. It was very difficult to get him on the show tonight.
When?
We spared no expense.
Hey,
got
Mr.
that-
Rick.
You got that
Welcome.
from Jurassic Park, didn't you?
We cannot hear you. You're muffled at the max.
You should hear me now.
We can hear, but you're muffled.
What do you mean,
We'll
muffled?
hear you like this.
No way.
You
it
sound
can't be.
quiet.
When I do this, can you hear it?
I hear that, but you're muffled, bro.
Hold on. Let me hear how I sound on the other side here. I'm going to go to the channel where
Put
you're
some
at.
peak in it or
It's-
something. But
No,
some
it's
gain.
almost like the mic went to your camera mic. That's what we're hearing.
Hold on. Don't talk yet. Let me say something. Don't say anything. Hold on.
This is where we should all freeze and then confuse Rick.
Hold on. Yeah, my mic sounds fine. I don't know what's going on. It just ain't loud enough.
Yeah,
You sound
It's not
fine,
loud
but
enough.
very low, very muffled.
Let me see if I can turn my volume up, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No,
It's
don't
all right.
be sorry.
It sounded good on my show last night.
Tap your mic
I
again.
feel
on.
like this isn't Rick. It might
Is
be
this
an
louder?
AI.
Is this
It
louder
could be a
now?
clone.
Is it
Yeah,
louder?
it's coming. It's coming.
Is it loud enough?
It's coming.
How's
Turn it
that?
up, man. That knob, crank it up.
It's good right there.
It's better.
Hold on. I think I know what the
I'm just
problem
not
is.
used to you being so timid.
Oh,
Are
I
you
know
tired?
I got
There,
5
that
more
should
minutes.
be a lot better now. Is that a lot better? A lot better?
Not
Yes,
lot,
better.
but better, yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys, for sounding
So-
so low.
Brother Shane,
Yes, sir.
I think we should about our chats the last few days. Some of the revelations of like the temple that we were chatting about. That's some interesting topics there.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like we're talking a little bit about the temple, and I would say because I'm a black swan, I tend to think outside the box, and I'm probably in the 1 percentile right now in this thinking. But I'm thinking perhaps, and I'm building a case for it that third temple is not necessarily a physical temple. What are your guys' thoughts on that? I grew up with that being a physical third temple, just so you know, for the end times, but I'm starting to see scriptures that it may not be the third temple. Like it might actually be Antichrist is what we're talking about here. What are your thoughts on that, guys? What do you think, John? Crazy? Am I cray?
I don't think so.
See, the thing is, there is few things that we still hear and some other that we fade out. Like the red effort. Okay, we don't know where they are. We don't really know what happened to them. So is it something that I don't know? But don't forget, okay, all the Wailing Wall and all that stuff, it's not the proper place for the third temple. Although they think that there is few comments coming out about the place where it should be, where it have been. And the third temple is pre-built. Everything is ready. Within 3 months, they can put it up.
So you're on the side of that it's going to be an actual physical temple.
Well, they can have the temple, but don't worry, they can have a tabernacle. They can have a tent, which they can put up within 6 hours.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like I've heard that I'm going to be building a case to back up my thesis, whereas basically the idea is it will not be an actual physical temple, and it's actually almost, and gets a little cray, almost illegal to actually have a physical temple.
It is.
Temple. So, but I want to get your thoughts on that because I can kind of dive into it a little bit on another episode. But I think the consensus with most North American Christians is absolutely 100%. We got to pay for Israel to have a third temple. We're going to give them money, and then they're going to build it. And then 3.5 years, the Antichrist comes and sits down right in the middle of the temple when there is no seat.
They don't need money
temple ever built.
Yeah, and there was never a seat in any of the temples designed that way. So what would be the abomination?
Well, Trump
That's
is
the
now
question.
coming in, and what will he have to do with the construction of the temple? Some say that he might be the one that authorizes the building of this temple.
Yeah.
Question is he going to be left behind after the rapture? We don't know, folks. If he gets left behind, God will use him, I believe, to build this temple. He will play a prominent role, folks, in this latter time that's coming.
That I'm asking. So you're on the side, Rick, of a physical temple. I think John is kind of on that side that a physical, whether I'm not talking about whether or not we'll be here, just the idea that an actual physical third temple will be built.
Yeah.
Is that kind of
right? There will be a third temple built. It's in the Bible. It's no doubt about it.
But where does it say that? Where does it say that?
It's in the Bible. I just don't have the verse in front of me. But
what people reference it is when the Antichrist will sit down, declare that he is God.
All right.
Yeah.
But that's where that comes from. But if we go deeper into that, it's not referring to a specific temple.
Yeah, he desecrates the temple. So they're talking about a temple right there. That's all I know. I mean, I ain't got the Bible in front of me. I just know there's a temple it's going to be built. We know that it's in the Bible. It says it will be one that's built especially for him. And then I believe it may. And when Jesus comes back, I believe they're not going to destroy the temple. I think they'll leave it up for Jesus. We'll just take his place. He'll just jump right in and say, hey, you're out of here, buddy. Go to hell. And Jesus is going to sit right down and say, look, I'm here now, guys. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm just being a little comical about it, but maybe I know I mean, bringing up Trump and all that was a little outside the question. I get it.
Oh, that's
but
fine.
I wanted to add to it just a little bit to spice it up a little bit. Yep. But Trump, I think he will have his hand in all this. He might do it now. Let's say he does go up in the rapture. That God may use him to say, look, I want you to do a little bit of this and that. Get it ready. That when I pull you out of there, it's all done, But
so Shane, in the comments, I know you want to I feel like you should mention something. Jesus mentioned the third temple in Matthew 24. Daniel did as well. So Paul and John.
Yeah.
So this is what we were chatting about earlier.
Yeah, like if you think about just on a broad scheme, and it may not be enough time to talk about it, but we can at least entertain the possibility of building a case for it. Whenever Paul talks about, like in Hebrews, you can debate whether or not Paul wrote Hebrews, but let's just say he did. I'm quite comfortable with Paul writing the book of Hebrews. In the book of Hebrews, he talks about the idea of Jesus Christ being that final sacrifice, being that final atonement where he actually sacrifices his life for us once and for all. I think most Christians would agree with that he is the sacrificial lamb to come, all that stuff. Like that's not even an argument, that Christ died once for all. Like he died, he rose again on the third day, he's alive. But what's interesting is in Hebrews, I think it's Hebrews 10, talks about the idea that Jesus put an end to the Levitical sacrificial system because they did it to atone for their sins by sacrificing all those animals and stuff. And they also had to sacrifice for themselves as well. And then once a year, they would go into the most holy of holies. But Jesus became that sacrifice. And because he's the high priest, he obliterated that sacrificial system, because now we look to Christ to forgive us of all our sins. We don't look to a priest to do that. So if you look at the Antichrist, the opposite of that is someone that comes in that says, you have to only worship me in order to be able to buy or sell. And in fact, you have to worship the image of the beast. And if anyone does not worship the image of the beast, then you'll be beheaded. So it's the opposite of Jesus Christ. But if you look at Jesus Christ removing the sacrificial system in the Old Testament, which again, I think most of us believe that we come to Christ, why can't the Antichrist be the opposite of that, where he removes the sacrificial system of the world, meaning he is requiring everybody to worship him? That's kind of where I'm going with that.
Yeah. Also, what does it say about the truth that he denounces or tears down the
truth?
He
casts the truth to the ground.
The truth. Yeah. Truth is Christ.
Yeah.
The ultimate sacrifice, the sacrificial dynamic of truth is Christ.
Yeah.
So it's the
exact opposite of that is the father of lies.
Yeah.
So that's,
so it's interesting.
So what is the topic of this show? I always see as overtime up there. Is it? I didn't read the title. I just see overtime.
We're just going. We're just going, Rick. I don't know.
I don't know what we're talking
Okay,
about.
in the private chat, the 3 first paragraphs are from Sorensen. That's a good commentary. Okay. Now, this is about Revelation 1, 2, 3. Okay. And that's the last paragraph. And I put there. This is a physical. That's how it is. It is a physical temple. When it does say to measure, of course, people ask what John would measure with that. The temple is destroyed. It's because when this will happen, Revelation 11, 1, 2, 3, and 4, because of course it talks about the 2 witnesses, the olive tree candlestick, the 2 candlesticks.
Yeah.
It does talk about that. I got a full study on that, but these are the main thing for your study if you want to go through that. Yes, indeed, it's going to be a physical temple. Now, Miss Amy, you say, okay, what's going to be the abomination of desolation, whatever. Right now, the Ark of the Covenant is hidden somewhere. Nobody knows where. But some Jews do know. Anyway, whatever happened, this Ark will come back to the temple in any way, form, or shape, okay? And that's the mercy seat. The one we have in heaven, of course, is not this one. But that's why he's going to sit on that one and he's going to say, worship me now. That's a physical thing, but it also has a spiritual.
Yeah, there's a spiritual dynamic is what we're saying. It's not
Yes.
just the physical aspect of it. There's a deeper revelation of looking at in this on the spiritual side, because if we're only looking in the natural, we're going to miss what's happening spiritually as Christians. In it.
Like when you look at
this is why we're bringing this up, right? It's just that dynamic that we can't just stop at the if we see the physical temple here, there's more that's going on.
Because we got to understand
the Holy Spirit,
we have to understand that the Jews got it wrong the first time in Jesus' day, because they tried him before he got crucified. They said, this guy here, this liar, said that he was going to destroy our temple and in 3 days rebuild it. But Jesus was talking about his body, and maybe perhaps people have got it wrong, or they're going back to go, oh, the Antichrist is sitting in a physical temple, when the Jews, the best of the best, got it wrong. They thought he was talking about a physical temple destroying, but he was actually referring to himself, Jesus Christ, destroying him. Like if you destroy this temple in 3 days, he will raise it up. And when you think about it from the book of Ezekiel, what do you think is that temple there that you see in Ezekiel? Is that a millennium temple?
Well, when he was preaching that, he was talking about many things. Remember when he sat and he was with Peter and he said, see all these, the temple and everything, not one stone should be left upon another one. Okay.
Yes, physical.
The Wailing Wall right now is wrong. That's has nothing to do with the temple. Nothing. No. But the Jews, some Jews knows, okay, some Orthodox Jew know that is wrong. That is not the right wall, because the temple was way more south into the city of David.
Is that because we're not comfortable with the idea of the dome of the rock being over the foundation stone?
No, because Jesus said, not a rock will be upon another one. All these rocks, there is a lot of walls. Them rocks been put together, and there shouldn't be anything left. Like in the old city of David, there's nothing there.
Yeah, like
what did you say, Miss?
Walls.
Yeah,
what did you say, Miss?
They did try and rebuild the third temple a few years ago.
The third temple is ready. It's prefab. No, all the stones are numbered. The doors are made.
Yeah, I get that.
The utensils, the robes.
I understand that.
They have it already.
I'm saying is, they tried to do that back in 360 AD with a gentleman by the name of Julian, and they tried building it, and then the place was almost leveled with earthquakes, and fire came out from within the foundation. So they have to stop that project. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not the idea that people aren't going to try. I'm saying I'm going to build a foundation where it might be very, very, very difficult to build that third temple.
Well, it's going to bring a lot of diversions and wars and, fights and stuff like this. But it has to be there.
Yeah, it's bizarre that they haven't yet. And we know God's timing, right? But I mean,
it has to be there for the 7-year
tribulation. It's truly an abomination if they start up actual sacrifices again.
Yes. It needs to be there for the 7-year tribulation. We might not see the beginning of it before the rapture. We're going to be gone, but still, it's going to have to be there. It is a temple, a physical temple.
I believe the contract that the Antichrist will sign, will confirm, will begin the immediate construction of the temple. That's what I've been hearing. That's what I was taught. I believe that's what will be included in that contract.
Not necessarily.
It's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's 100% fact.
It's a good opinion.
It's just what I believe, that it will be included, and this will commence the building of the third temple. They may have erected the cornerstone. Maybe they have a way of an aerial view, but this is where we might put it at. They probably had contractors say, look, this looks like the best spot, guided by the Holy Spirit, maybe, or their spirit, or whatever. Whoever it is they're probably already placed an area, possible rough draft of where it's going to be by now, because they're already getting all the utensils ready, the robes, which they do. Like you said earlier, John, things are ready. I would think by now they have drawn a spot up for it already by now.
Well, right now they can put it. It's about 125 meters.
Yeah,
I don't know, from the Dome of the Rock, northbound. So the scripture about seeing the gate, the eastern gate from the temple, would be right.
Right.
From the Dome on the Rock, if they would remove it and put the temple there, you cannot see the eastern gate, apparently. So all this right now, even if the Dome of the Rock would blow up, well, fine, it blew up, but that's not where the temple goes. The temple can be set there, but it's still not the right place. Now, this
if it's not the right place,
these things. Yes, Miss.
Sorry, John. If it's not the right place currently, what has stopped them from building on the correct place then? If it hasn't been the dome that stopped them because of
that is still the land at the top there. It's still given to the Palestinian Muslim. So the land is not Jews' land yet. But that's why you do have Trump. I'm not saying that Trump is the Antichrist, but right now he's not even sitting on the seat, like I said tonight. And all things, he already talked to Putin, to Zelensky, to Netanyahu. He talks with our prime minister was sitting with him, having meatloaf with him last weekend.
So here's a question, John. Here's a question.
Quickly, I just want to say he already gave Jerusalem as the capital city. Okay.
Yeah.
The capital. Yeah.
I heard something.
Jerusalem.
I heard something.
What would stop him once he's sitting on the seat and say, okay, that's enough. Jews, where you want to build your temple, and we will help you. That could be possible.
No, I heard something yesterday. I just want to say this before you say this real quick. Let me say this. I heard this yesterday on a video that Trump may use his powers to divide Israel in the coming months. Now, I don't know if this is a rumor. I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that out there, guys. Go ahead.
Divide in which way?
So
I don't know.
Here's a question.
Enough info on it.
Here's a question. Who is the sitting president right now?
Probably nobody, really. Where's Biden? Where's Harris?
Let's just dumb this down back to the basics. Who's the
They're all eating ice cream on the beach somewhere.
Who's the sitting president right now?
Well, the only thing is there is 50 days left before January 20th.
Right,
okay?
but the question is, who is the sitting president?
Well, it's supposed to be Biden.
Right. So when we say sitting, are we saying he's actually sitting in his bedroom, or he's on ashore? Or are we saying that is his position as the president, the outgoing president of the United States?
That's what it is. Is the one sitting in the Oval Office.
So could we not use the same terminology for the Antichrist sitting as God sitteth in the throne? Meaning,
well, that's why I told, and Miss Amy agreed with me. There is two. Is going to sit physically on the mercy seat or the ark, because the ark is a seat.
Which has never been done before.
It's
and he's going to be in charge too. He's going to be in charge too. So yes, the answer is yes. Sitting as a king, or sitting as the Antichrist, and sitting physically in the temple. That's the physically part that will upset the Jews.
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. We don't. They're sitting down having ice cream. That's my answer, guys. I'm just being funny, comical, but they are. They're both sitting down on the beach shore. Him and Kamala Harris laughing it up, saying, "Hey, they're all running scared. World War III is starting soon. Good luck, Trump." That's what they're probably thinking right now. And I'm just being a little comical here, but what flavor are they having today, folks? I mean, really, guys? Are they going to sit around? They're already done. Their term is over with. They're going to take vacation all the way till Trump gets in there. If even Trump gets in there. If there's a war before that, we don't know what's going to happen.
50 days.
50 days. Yeah, it's counting. And it's going fast too.
A lot of things can change in 50 days.
You're right.
Yep. I lost my sister.
She got raptured.
Perhaps. I don't. Yeah, what if she did and we didn't? Eh?
She couldn't wait for the horn to blow.
All right. So, final thoughts, and then we'll end this here.
Whoever wants to go first, I'll be last.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Final thoughts is, I think there she is. You got raptured, and then you came back from. Was heaven not that good? You had to come back.
I got scared for a second.
I was not, because French people are first to go. So.
Oh
yeah. So, anyways, my thoughts are. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly just say this out. My thoughts is why Biden and Kamala Harris are on vacation right now, taking an ice cream break, which I believe they are. We are sitting around watching alarming news articles being pushed out by the moment. I'm seeing this and that about World War III. Putin get ready to launch nukes at us because they're threatening us again. I'm seeing all these alarming videos out. Now, I know some videos, I get it. They're overdoing it, hyping it too much when it really probably isn't need to be hyped, but it's still worth keeping your eye on. Now, I know that God is not going to put his church through a thermonuclear war. There's just no way. Even if we had a thermonuclear war, it would not work. The earth would be leveled in ruins. And what can you get out of a ruined world? You can't build a temple on a radiation field of ruins. You can't just do that. People ain't gonna. There'll be dead people everywhere. So that's not gonna work. So that gives us one clue already. If all this is going to happen, everything that says in the tribulation, then obviously a nuclear war hasn't happened yet. So if we're brought to the brink of it and they're about to push the button, then something stops it, folks. That is the big hint in the Bible that God has given us. Now that question is, who stops it? Does God use Trump to stop it? There's a reason why God kept him alive. He dodged a bullet not once, but twice. And he says, I need you, Trump, but I'm going to use you. Is he going to use him for the peace and safety prophecy? I'm on my show yesterday. We were talking about it. We blew it up, folks, about that topic. It was a pretty good show. Go watch it. Prophecy Mondays. But if not, there's only two people. This is what I said on my show yesterday. Only two people have a shot at stopping this right now. Either Trump is going to do it. If he fails, I believe God is going to use the Antichrist to stop this war. Guess what, folks? He can't be revealed until the rapture takes place. That should give you an indicator how close we are. Give your life to Jesus Christ now, not tomorrow, because we could be gone by tomorrow. And by the way, someone said there was an alien invasion coming today because some guy said so about a bot predicting. I don't know if y'all heard about that. Yeah, it didn't happen, and I knew it wasn't going to happen. There is just no way. We're still here, guys. Now, if the rapture took place today, maybe. Okay, Anyways, I'll hand it over to you guys.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Rick. Appreciate that. John, Brother John.
Well, it is sad, but I had to switch from Jude 22, like I said in Uptime, from Jude 22 to Jude 23. Now, Jude 22 is bring the gospel by compassion, by love, by care, by being gentle. Jude 23 is by fear, pull them out of the fire. That's where we are at. There is no such thing as minus 5 minutes, or we're way past that. All our calendars, Jews calendar, it's all screwed up. Okay, in any way, form, or shape. Watch the true people of the Lord, L-O-R-D uppercase, the Father, which are the Jews. Watch them, see what they're doing. And that's your calendar. That's it. Hope you make it.
Amen, man. Well said, John.
Awesome. Thank you, John. Amy, final thoughts.
Yeah, like we all feel it. We all feel the Lord's return. But I know that everybody has reiterated this a few times, but it's us keeping focus on Jesus, us keeping focus and being at his feet in the intimacy dynamic of with him and what he's revealing of truths, because the truth is him. That's the only truth that we see is him. Yep. Everywhere we look, there's nothing but deception, and deception has been heightened, especially in the time that we're in, like never before. Yeah. And so, you know, we have to be those wise virgins. We have to be at the feet of Jesus. We have to continue to walk tightly with him and have the discernment of the times and the deep intimacy with him in this time. And that's the fear that John is talking about. Like, I'll just kind of go, the fear of the Lord, the closer you get to the Lord, the intimacy with him, the fear increases in a sense of, I love him and I don't want to be separated from him. I need to walk every breathing moment with my Lord, because apart from him is what I fear. Because you've become accustomed to living and breathing in his presence. And the second that you step out of that slightly, you can sense it. Yep. And because of the pull and the draw that he's doing with his children today, and the ones that are drawing close to him, there's things that he's dropping off us daily. You know, he's doing a cleanse on his bride right now. So, and I love what Shane was saying earlier. I can't remember if it was on here or was it on Uptime. But occupying, right? Yes, we're looking for the Lord and his return daily, right? But you can go on one side and get in the gutter really deep of just, that's all you're focusing on. Not so much of like, that's fine. Focus on the Lord, intimacy with him. But there's a place that we can get into that gutter, right? Of just, now it's stable. Like now it's hindering me from doing anything because that's the mentality that has overcome me, but it's not in a sense of intimacy with Jesus. There's like a fine line there. And then we can go on the other side of things that, oh, well, he hasn't come yet, so I'm just going to do me. Yep. There's a balance and the only way that we can keep that balance is being in his presence and being in his word. Right. Yep. And occupying, meaning like occupying our time with him, because he is all that matters. Relationship with him, and everything else comes from that place. Everything is outflowed. Seek first his kingdom and his righteousness. And then from that place, everything's added on to you. Now the Lord's stirring in us, oh, we need to help this person, or we should minister over here. Not because I should, it's because now it's a prompting, and now our hearts are one with Christ and his desires. So it just becomes a natural product of that place versus I have to do this. Yeah. Right. So it's beautiful. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
I gotta go. It's 1:45, so.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
All right. You have a good evening.
Thanks, John.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
All right. Thank you, Rick, for being on here as well. I appreciate you, brother. Awesome.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. All I could say is just be ready at all times. You could come today.
Yep.
You know, I'm just watching the news, man. It's just really, it's getting crazy.
Well, not only that, Rick, we're not guaranteed tomorrow.
No, I know that. I tell
Right?
you every day on my
You know?
show. Every
But
day I say
we
that.
always need to be seeking the Lord because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. If he doesn't return tomorrow, our life might not continue tomorrow.
Oh,
and then
Hey,
we
Rick,
do meet him.
Rick, I gotta say something to you, bro. I like the hat look. I really do.
Yeah, I'm
feeling
it's only because it's cold out, and plus it's a different time of the year. I use some like everybody, even Chris, Global Raptures, Bob, and I, we're all wearing our beanies. It's that time of year, folks.
It's so funny. And where do you live, Rick? Florida?
Yeah, warm.
Oh,
Florida.
you would not last up here.
No,
don't even. You couldn't pay me enough money to go live up there.
Yeah, minus 30. It's ridiculous up here, man.
I would crack in two if I went outside out there right now. I'd be like, guys, I'm going back on the plane. See you later.
You would. I know. It's funny.
I would be out of there so fast. I mean, you guys, how cold is it out there right now?
Yeah, it's very cold. What is it in Fahrenheit? That's the question for you.
I don't even think my refrigerator's that cold.
No.
Your refrigerator isn't even like below zero.
I know.
You know, you could just turn your fridge off there, Shane, and save power. I mean, literally use the outside.
No, it's too cold.
Your milk would be frozen.
Well, your garage, you could probably not. Is it freezing in your garage? Probably still cold in there enough to freeze.
Yeah. What is
your garage is like a refrigerator, and the outside is the freezer.
So right now in Lac La Biche, where Amy lives, is minus 15, which is.
I just get cold hearing that.
What is
That's
it? That's
terrible, man. I couldn't even think about that. Seriously, it's 15 below outside your house, Amy?
Yeah, and I think it's
what's the temperature inside your house?
And that's warm right now. It was a little chillier today.
Wait a minute. What's the temperature in your house? About 70 right now with your heat on?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what happens if the heater breaks or your power goes out? You're inside of your interior of your house. I've seen videos where you're blowing smoke out of your mouth in your living room. I'm talking that's down to 30 degrees in your house.
Trust us. We've experienced that before.
It's 5.
So what do you burn your fireplace? You have a fireplace to back you up. Hopefully you have one in there, especially in living in that territory. Shane, how far are you from your sister's house?
3 hours or 10 hours if you take a tow truck.
5 hours, bro.
5 hours.
You guys are temperature-wise apart, 10 degrees apart, near the same?
Yeah, it gets really cold in Lac La Biche. I think probably 0, -5, -10 in your, like in Fahrenheit. Like right now we're talking 5 degrees Fahrenheit. That's in Lac La Biche. Here it's -1 Celsius. So what is that?
And it's
10?
47. It's 47 degrees outside in Orlando. So
that's too hot. That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, we'd be wearing shorts, and I'd be wearing like.
Listen to you all. Y'all make me feel like, hey, it's nothing, Rick. I got my sweater on. I go outside. I put on my black leather jacket. I get in my car, and I don't put the top down. It's too cold for that. I've done it once, but it was cold.
50? What?
So,
I've been to Florida a few times in December. Like,
it's nice, isn't it? It's like 70-degree weather. It's 70 degrees to you, but to me, it's 50 degrees. But
it was nice. I was like,
summer.
It was hot to me. Like
if you go down here during the summertime, 85 degrees at night, sweaty.
That's too much. That's too much.
85 degrees at night. Sometimes 83, 80. Then the lowest it gets, it's 75 sometimes at night around 3 a.m.
Too hot.
But during the daytime, it's smoldering 96 to 100 degrees with the humidity high.
How do you guys live?
It's great. I love it. I love being out there sweating in the heat, laying out in the sun
You're
on the beach.
You're going to make me want to go grab my dog sled and just go for a little sled ride.
You should do your show outside one time. This is how tough you are with this weather.
Oh man, everything would freeze up.
Yeah, we're living in the cold times, and it's the world. Is the planet heating up like they say it is? I don't know, folks, but
Oh no, it doesn't feel like it here.
I can just say you guys, you would, I would crack in two if I went there, man. I couldn't do it.
I do. I crack all the time. I'm always
you
like,
guys.
it's so
You
cold.
guys come to Florida, you would crack. Because I believe when you take ice in the heat, it cracks. Literally cracks in two.
Oh,
So if
sure.
you guys step off the plane, your body's a crack. Me, I would go there. I would just be like, "Hey guys,"
Like
my
kids,
hand would be frozen in one spot like this. I'd be like, Somebody
when we went to
wheel me back
Florida,
into the plane.
when we went to Florida with my kids, they were all crying on the plane the second the air conditioning turned off. They're all like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And it's like,
Is that what they said? Where was this at again?
In Florida, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, you turn the air off in Florida. The house in here, it's hot. It gets like 80
that was on the
degrees
plane.
in here. You're
they
sweating.
turn it off, and then you walk off the plane, and my kids are crying. I can't
I'm
breathe.
thinking about moving down south to South America. I'm thinking about getting a house out there or something. It's in the air right now. I don't know where, but somewhere nice. I might move to Peru, maybe. I don't know. I'm eyeballing a house out there right now, so I'm thinking about it.
Come to Cochrane.
You know how hot it gets down there.
Come to
Even
Cochrane.
hotter. But that's okay. I go to the beach every day. I don't care. I'll do my show. I will do my show on the beach.
I would live on the beach.
Oh, I'll do it from the front porch of the house. Turn around, have the camera facing the water. But see, the bad thing is if we have a storm, a hurricane, my house is blowing down. I don't want to chance that. I would never live on the beach. A couple miles from the beach, maybe,
We should do a show together where, Rick, you're on the beach, and I'll just go out into the snowbank somewhere with my laptop out in the middle of the snow.
Yeah, you'd be like, and you wouldn't even shiver at all. You'd be like, Rick, what's wrong with you? This is nothing, man. It's a breeze. And I'd be like, are you kidding me? I'd be like this the whole time. Rick, it's your turn. I'd be like, doing the end of times.
Well, when you're my age and you're, how do you say, past the prime?
Did you just say when I'm your age? Really? Wow, thanks, man.
Yeah. I'm 55. How old
You're
are
50.
you?
How old are you?
55.
You're 55. Okay.
Yeah, see? No answer, right? Because I'm older than you.
Well, thank you. Amy, Amy is about 30.
25.
Yes.
30.
29 and holding.
I was close. I was 1 year off.
And
29 and holding.
Holding.
Wait a minute. Your brother's 55 and you're 29? Whoa, that's like, wow, that's a huge gap in age at Ross.
That's funny.
That is.
Yeah, her mom is only.
I'm older than that.
Her mom is only 13 years older than me. Figure that one out.
Yeah.
Rick doesn't understand. He's like, what is going on here?
I'm not talking about ages anymore on here. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm just like, all I know is I feel good about where I'm at with my life. Now I'm about to get the ultimate upgrade. We're all about to get that ultimate. You know, how old will we be in heaven when we go up in the rapture? How old?
33.
Jesus, 30. Yeah, my dad thinks 28 to 33 years old. We will all. And there won't be no more saying, Rick, I'm older than you. You're 55. We won't be saying that in heaven, Shane. We'll all be saying, hey, that's my dad. Dad, that's weird. I'm walking with you. Look the same age as me. Oh, I forgot that that's my dad, guys. I just looked and I forgot that was him. I'm used to him being older, gray hair, older looking, not the same age. And that's going to be kind of weird walking next to everybody. You know, we're all going to be the same age. Even my sister's unborn son will be up there. Yes,
can you imagine?
Heard it.
Can you imagine if
had
we're
an abortion.
All 85?
She had an abortion, and her unborn son or daughter, I don't know if it's a boy or girl, I'm just saying son, and I'm going to meet him. I'm going to be like, here you go. And you're going to have to apologize to that person, Tina, that you killed. I'm going to have to use the word killed. She probably didn't know she was murdering, but you technically are. Okay, but what was your question?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I was trying to be funny, but this is not the time to be funny.
Oh, no, go ahead, man. I love being funny, but listen, we're all going to look around the same age. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm going to be like, Shane, hey, buddy, no more 55 for you, no more whatever, you know. So I can't wait. And, you know, we will never get older, we'll never get old, we'll never get sick or die or nothing.
Yeah.
And every time people look in the mirror, somebody looks in the mirror, next time you complain about yourself, oh, god awful, ugly looking. No. Yes, that's them days. And I'm not saying anybody's ugly, but if you think you're ugly, that's you. But I'm not going to say you're ugly. But those sit there and say you're ugly, but you got the ultimate upgrade coming, and it's coming.
Amen.
It's going to be fine looking person that you're going to be looking at. And I don't know if we're going to have a mirror in heaven. I don't think we're going to be, hey, God, where's the mirror at real quick? Is there the bathroom somewhere? And God's be like, are you kidding me, Rick? You don't think I did a good enough job? You need to look in the mirror to see what you look like? That'd be kind of an insult. No, I don't need to look in the mirror. I'm just kidding, God. Yeah, that's what I thought. You're like, Rick, you're good looking now, man. And it's going to be the ultimate makeover. And, the people out there, they're complaining, and I don't know. Bald spots will be gone, freckles. If you don't like freckles, that'll be your gut. That's a biggie on my, but I don't have a gut, but I'm just saying if those that do, just a lot of things, people that are born, that were born deformed, and God exempts those that are deformed. All of them, they're exempt. It's in the Bible. It literally says that they're exempt. I don't know how it says it, but I've heard it. My dad read it to me that all the people that are in an area if they're born with the deformalities in their life, they're exempt. So, and I've seen it. I've seen enough videos and pictures on the internet to know that they're going to get a new body, and it's going to be great. It's going to be really great for them to see that over with. That's done and with. That life is done. So, I know I'm taking a long time here, but what is that thing behind you? Is that your on-air sign on a tripod? That is so cool.
Everybody's commenting on that sign. It's neat, eh?
Yeah.
We are now on the air.
That is so cool. And where are you at, Shane? Are you at home?
Yes. People have been asking if I've been kicked out and stuff. I just
You're not in your office.
Moved over from my office to my theater room.
Well, I'm thinking about buying a 70-inch TV and just putting it behind me and putting the backgrounds, just points of the news.
I noticed you got a new mic. You got a new mic. Looks good. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's nothing special about this mic. But yeah, Amy, you're at home and you can step outside. You're on your computer or your phone?
I'm on my phone.
Oh man, you should walk outside and just blow some smoke out of your mouth. I want to see how you react. This I got to see, guys. She's about to go out into 15 below. This is 15 degrees below, folks. I'll let her narrate this one.
Okay, well, let's see.
Can you pour some hot water?
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm going to really see.
Get some water and push it out. Oh, she's outside.
Nah.
No smoke? Really? Oh, I should be seeing smoke coming out of her mouth.
But here's the snow.
Oh, that's nice.
A little bit.
I think because you need to be outside more.
Could you walk like into
on the snow?
Lake? Could you just go? She's in front of the lake
too. What's that?
If you take, this is how we know how cold it is. If you take a glass of water and just throw a little bit out there, and if it turns to snow, that is cold.
It would have to be like minus 40 to do that, to freeze in the air like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Could you walk out to the lake, please?
You really serious? You're gonna make her do that?
Really?
You're a tough girl. You can do it. She can handle it.
Well, the lake's
Are you in your socks?
I don't have no socks.
Oh, you're gonna walk on the ice with your bare feet?
No. I'd obviously have boots on, but right now,
I'd not be surprised if she did that right now. Because she can handle it. Rick, this is nothing, buddy.
No,
that's what she'll say to me.
I like it warm. Like in my house, I like it warm. I like to be warm. So,
Shane, your turn.
I can't take my no, I can't. I have my laptop on. I'm not going to take it outside right now, but I will do an experiment live on my channel and show when it gets colder.
It gets colder? How much colder is it going to get there?
Oh, I could get to like what's minus 30 to my audience in Celsius to Fahrenheit? think that's 15, 20. I don't know what that is.
15 degrees below
No,
zero.
no, yeah.
And here I thought when it gets down to 30 degrees in Florida, that's like devastatingly cold for me. I couldn't even go outside in that.
Yeah.
And
no,
that's like 40, 50 degrees colder there. I would die if I came to your house and went outside. I would be like, Shane, sorry, dude. I got to get on the plane.
You'd be okay. You'd have a nice warm jacket.
I know I would be.
It's minus 22 when it gets to be minus 30 here.
Wow.
Yeah, because there's also wind chill too.
Yeah, add that.
Yeah.
That would be bad. I couldn't do it. You bring a Floridian. You want to punish Rick? Bring a Floridian to Canada for a day and say, Rick, how you like it, buddy?
Yeah, that's funny.
That is hilarious. Yeah. So why Canada, guys? You like it there?
I mean, why Canada?
Yeah, I just want to know. Why Canada?
I just kind of like pointed at a map somewhere and just said, hey, I want to be born there.
So you're born. This is your hometown. You're born in Canada. So this is your hometown. That's my way of asking why Canada. Is this your hometown? So I didn't know that till now. So nice.
Yeah, her ancestors came from the tribe of Naphtali.
Canada is it's nice. They have their own rules and everything there. The laws are different there and everything. I don't know much about Canada.
We don't shoot each other. That's the only difference, I think.
No. I'm just saying that I don't know anything about Canada, guys. I'm totally stupid when it comes to Canada. I don't know the laws there. I just know they're a little bit different setup they have there. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I know one thing that they're a lot colder there. That's the one thing I do know about Canada.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
We have to feed our dogs so that they can drive.
Where are your dogs at?
Yeah. Hey, Rick, how do you like my igloo?
What? Your igloo?
Look at the inside of my igloo. I did it up really good.
Yeah, it's all snow.
Yeah, see the angle of it?
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I believe it too. I believe you probably are in one because that's how cold it is there, guys. That's bad. No. Igloo with windows and a tree.
Yeah.
You ever been in an igloo? It's cold.
Actually, no, I have not.
Why don't you go build one tomorrow? You can do it there. How many feet of snow does it get there and outside your house? It don't snow that much there?
Well, actually, it's not too bad. It did warm up to like plus, I think, 5 today. So a lot of the snow did melt.
Snowed quite a bit when I got there, sis.
Yeah. He came and visited me last weekend. Bro was here. And it was snowing pretty good. But a lot of it melted because today was pretty warm. It was like plus 5. So.
Well, that's hot.
Did you just say plus 5 is hot?
Oh, yeah. It's nuts. Crazy.
Well, when you come out of minus 15, minus 20, minus 30, minus 40.
It's your body adapts to it. I get it. Your body, when you live in this kind of weather, your body gets used to it. It becomes a psychological becoming your body. And I don't know the science behind it all, but it's more of a psychological thing. I think that if I'm right.
And there's men that work and women that work outside in like minus 40, 50, like on the drilling rigs, in the oil sands, like all of these places.
That's crazy.
And that's 65 degree weather to them.
It's crazy. Like equipment snaps and breaks because it gets so cold. Like,
yeah.
And these guys are out there in minus craziness.
And they're probably getting paid really good money an hour to be cold all evening. And you get sick out there. You get sick in that kind of weather.
In Canada, like you just wear better clothing, but in the States, if it gets hot and your air conditioning breaks down, you're dead.
Where? Here in Florida?
Yeah, it's over.
You're not. Well, that's for you guys, but not me. I can handle it.
Just
like vice versa. If I came there and your air broke down or your heater broke down, and you mean you have no firewood, Shane? No, Rick, it ain't that cold. I'm in here shivering up in 3 jackets. Rick, what are you doing? That's all the jackets in the house. Give me one. I'm cold, man. It ain't cold. Your fireplace failed. You have no wood. This ain't nothing. I'm blowing smoke out of my house, out of my mouth in your house. It ain't cold. I can just imagine what Shane would be saying to me, man.
Okay, here's a quick story. I think my mom went to sleep. She was watching my show, so I can tell this story.
My
I
mom.
stayed overnight at her house, and she set me up in one of the bedrooms. My brother slept in another room, and I went to sleep. And in the middle of the night, I woke up and I was chattering, like my teeth were banging like this. I was so cold because I only had one sheet, and I was free. I had the shivers so bad.
How old were you when this happened?
This was last weekend.
A week.
Last
a week
weekend?
ago.
You're cold?
I was
thought you
so
could handle
cold.
it.
I thought I was gonna die.
I thought you could handle it.
Oh no, man. The next day I told my mom, I'm like, hey, by the way, it got a little chilly last night. And she's like, oh, you didn't grab the quilt? And on the base of the bed, on the floor was the quilt.
Oh, she should have showed you that before she went to bed.
Just a sheet, and I was just like,
yeah. And she had the heater on, and you were still cold.
Oh yeah.
He probably keeps it fairly low. I bet.
Yeah, it's like
68
or 60.
Well, you know, all those heaters right now are on probably full blast in everybody's house in your areas right now. That puts a draw on the transformers outside your area. And all it has to do is
dad turns down the heat at night when he goes to bed. Had I known.
Because if it draws just a little bit too much, that transformer goes bye-bye. And guess what? It's lights out, guys. No heat.
Right.
And I don't mean to say it like that, but you guys probably got tons of firewood and a fireplace in your houses.
No, not I.
You don't have a fireplace?
No,
you don't have a fireplace.
No, I would just burn books or something.
I wouldn't be caught dead without a fireplace if I lived in Canada. I'd have a fireplace, guys.
Actually, we have a gas fireplace.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, no, that is true, right? Like, but we've just become accustomed to it that it's very rare that occurs.
Yep.
Yeah.
It does. So they must build their transformers a lot stronger.
Like they're designed. They're designed
to take a load. They must have did make it much more stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Here in Florida, we had a transformer blow out during our storm. That storm we had.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you've seen my videos.
That was Hurricane Rick, or what was it?
It was Elena, I think it was.
Elena.
The last one we just had. It killed our power for like a day and a half, 2 days without power. And that thing, the transformer exploded. It was so loud. It rattled my window. It was right down the street.
Wow.
And it was, that was it. Game over for the power. And I have a huge electric generator in my kitchen or in my house. It sits up this high. 4,000 watt generator. It's battery powered. There's no engine oil or gas in it.
Wow.
And that thing will power the whole house for 16 hours.
Watt?
16 hours straight. It'll power the house, the whole house, everything in it. Just about. The thing is super powerful. It has an LCD monitor on it about this big. It has all the stuff on it. But it has solar panels. We have solar panels in the garage. They're 14 feet by 6 feet. That's how big they fold open. And they have a cable this big that connects to the side of the generator. Yeah. So I could charge it in our solar hot heat, Florida heat sun. And so that's where I sit if the power goes. So we used that generator. It was pretty good. Now, I know I saw me with candles, but I did that for just dramatics. I could have had all the power. I could have turned everything on. I just didn't want to do it. I just wanted to be more dramatic with the video. It was fun, though. And I wanted to be in the candlelight. It was fun. It was like camping. But
in the hurricane.
But the hurricane, it was blowing. It was rumbling because it was hitting the house at the time the power went out. And I said, let's keep the lights off and add more dramatic to the video. The candle was just there. You hear the house going boom, 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 like that. And I think my audio picked it up. But I erased all the videos that I had on my YouTube channel. And people were worried about me. I said, Rick, I hope you're fine, praying for you. And I appreciate that, guys. I had like thousands of people praying for me in the house.
Nice.
This house is a hurricane-proof house. The bricks are this thick on it. It's pretty big bricks. Wow. And they build their homes pretty strong here in Florida. But we do get hit with hurricane. Florida's a hurricane state. We had Charlie rip a new butthole into this state big time. when it came through. It wreaked havoc everywhere. I walked through Thornton Park. Every tree was just about down in the street. They had power transformer lines. We weren't allowed to drive. They had cops everywhere blocking the street. Says if you cannot come in here unless you're a resident, you cannot. You need to turn around or you'll be arrested. That's how stricto they were that night. And I was just taking a shortcut, and he said, no, you can't. I said, no problem. I can't drive down that street anyway, so why would I go down there? He says, turn your vehicle around, go the other way now, like that. I was like, wow, that's a nice cop, you know?
Yeah.
So that was when that happened. It was bad. I wanted to get day footage. The very next day I went out to get footage. The Econ River was overflowed. The overpass and the sidewalk, the bike trail that goes under the overpass, the water was all the way up to the highway. That was 9 feet of water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And there's alligators. 3 or 4 of them swim around.
What?
I got video.
Oh, I forgot about the alligators. See, we don't have anything like that here. All we have is cougars.
Yeah.
Old ones. And cougar animals.
But yeah, with the transformers, we had the transformer pop just the other day, and it killed the power. My PC's designed the power on it. When the power goes off, my PC stays on. It stays on for a minute, and then it shuts down. It's a fail-safe unit. It's built into it. And when power went off for like 3 seconds, everything was on. The only thing that came off were the lights in the monitor. And when my monitor came back on, all my windows were still there. I was still signed in, everything. So I like this. I built my own PC, by the way. So nice. It's cool. I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but it definitely. I
like your backdrop too. Is that like a virtual backdrop that you have?
No.
Looks like a virtual desk, a virtual dresser.
There's one effect I added. I can go like that, you know. But
okay.
No, I actually can grab from my virtual slide behind me. This is more added effects, you know.
A gamer. I had no idea that you're a video gamer.
I play my PS4 every now and then, and I don't play games that are vulgarly. And you know what I mean by that, folks. I play games that are fun. I'm playing Legos, Jurassic Park Legos right now. That's the game I'm currently playing. Really fun game. So who says you can't play around with Legos at this age?
I don't say that.
It's a fun game. Maybe want to watch Jurassic Park. I watched it right after I played the game the other night. So I don't know why, folks. We can talk about whatever on this show instead of giving you all the doom and gloom all the time. There's nothing wrong. It's overtime. So whatever goes. The coldest.
I have to jump.
Coldest tide. Yes. You have to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I should.
Well, stay warm, Amy.
Yeah. No, I will. Yeah. I will. Nice and warm in my home. Awesome. But yeah, it was nice chatting with you guys. Nice to see you, Rick.
Always. You got to get you on my show, guys. Amy, come on my show next week. Mondays, 8:30 p.m. Or you can pop in whenever, and that's really cool, Shane. How in the world can I do that on mine?
Yeah, it's like
he just thought about it and it happened.
Watch this. I'm going to explode.
No, you didn't explode, but you got fireworks in your house. That's going to set the house on fire, man.
I know. All mental. It's all mental.
Wow. I mean, does that come with the price of this Streamyard?
No, it's all in my head. It's virtual.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the other ones are.
Amy, do you have any effects?
I don't know. If you do certain hand gestures, it does things, but
I'm doing it. Look.
do this, Rick. Go like this, Rick. Just hold it there for a second.
Man, what if somebody appears behind me or something?
You're not on a PC. I mean, you're not on a Mac. You have to be on a Mac.
What?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate Macs. I'm sorry, guys. I despise. Yeah. I'm a PC person for life.
Yeah, because I'm on. See, watch this.
Or then it should do it on my phone, but.
Boom. That's how cool we are.
Okay. Well, I'm still not. That's not going to convince me to come over to Mac.
Okay.
All right.
See everyone. See everyone in the chat too.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Nice to see you,
guys.
Amy.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Take it easy. See you later, brother. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate
Thank you.
you.
Yeah, it was fun. It was like we all hanged out, man. We just didn't have our coffee and didn't get to play a board game or anything like that.
I know. All right. Have a good night. I'll see you later.
Take care, brother.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Black Swan Revelations here on YouTube brought you today's mind-bending journey. Dive into the discussion, your comments, questions, prayer requests, and powerful testimonies of Jesus' love are what fuel this community. Did today's episode hit home? Smash that like button. New here? Subscribe and ring the notification bell so you never miss a live stream or a video upload. Thanks for being part of today's adventure. Catch you in the next video, or maybe even in the clouds. Stay curious, stay blessed.